Up a bit. Then again. Oh, look at it.
It started getting dragged like
Oh, just dropped it down. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, the other one. Oh. Another boat.
It's alright, it's alright.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Oh, the size of it.
Ready? Go. That's it. Lift, lift. Yes! Yep, yes, yes. Hey everyone, it's Alan here from Fishing Mad. Without fail, every single week I get a heap of questions from followers wanting to know a little bit more about the lineup of stealth reels from Savage Gear. Now I've been using these reels exclusively since they came out and I've been really impressed. They've got great quality components and they're built really tough for Aussie conditions. Some of the features, they all have a solid aluminium frame, which is really durable. They've got a carbon body and an air rotor system, which means that they're really good for casting distance and that you get fewer line tangles. They've all got these EVA handles. Now I'm pretty fussy about my handles and other reels I've bought in the past. I've ended up upgrading the handles, but I really like these handles. And they've got obviously a lot of the basics. You've got anti-reverse, you've got your clips to tie your line. Now what I'll do is I'll spend a little bit of time talking about each individual reel just to cover off the details, and that should hopefully answer a lot of the questions that I get time and time again. Now let's start with the 2000 size reel. Now this you will see by far used the most in my videos. I absolutely love this reel, it's my favorite, and I just find it to be so versatile. I use it when finesse fishing for brim, I use it when I'm freshwater fishing for redfin and trout, and I also use it a lot when I'm out on my boat, kayak, or even jet ski, targeting pinky snapper, flathead, whiting, and so on. And the main reason why it's versatile is even though it's a really small reel, it's got a 7 kilo drag capacity. And that means you can target small fish, you can also target much bigger fish, and if you happen to land something really big, you can just back off the drag. So as I said, features of this, it's got a 7 kilo drag capacity, it's got 8 stainless steel ball bearings, this weighs 250 grams, and they would suggest that if you spooled this with 8-pound braid, that you'd fit roughly about 250 yards on the spool. The next reel in the lineup is the 3000 size. Now this is very similar to the 2000. The major difference is that it's 10 grams heavier, and the reason for that is that the spool is much deeper. So you could load this up with 10 pound or 15 pound and you'd get a lot more line on there. The specs would say that if you had 15 pound on there, that you'd get about 150 yards on there. Now I use this specifically when I'm doing things like surf fishing for salmon. It allows me to cast really long metal jigs, and I know I've got a lot of line in there. I also find it really helpful when I'm fishing for like massive carp, or if I'm casting long metal spoons for trout. But that's the real key difference between the 3000 and the 2000. Then we get into the 4000. Now this is a reel that I use for targeting snapper, mulloway. I've got this paired with my 1DFR rod, and it's really my go-to snapper outfit. So this has got a 7.5 kilo drag capacity. Again, it's got 8 stainless steel bearings. This one weighs 290 grams, which is actually really nice and light for a snapper reel. You don't need to have a massive reel to land a big fish. And I've caught fish well over 1 meter on this, and it's handled absolutely no problems. And the specs would say that you could load this up with 20-pound line and you'd fit about 150 meters. I tend to have 12 or 14 pound mono, and I can almost fit a 300 line spool on there, no problems. But again, really good option for saltwater, mulloway, gummy sharks, snapper. That's a really ideal choice. And the last one in the range is the big brother, which is the 6,000 size. Now, clearly when you pick this up and handle, it's got obviously the upgraded handle. It's also 500 grams, so it's significantly heavier, but that's obvious because this thing can take up to 500 yards of line. Generally, I spool mine with about 30-pound braid, and I use it to target big species of fish. I'm really going for land-based mulloway, land-based gummy sharks. I have taken it deep water up to areas like Portland and that, and tried to do a bit of sports fishing, like targeting small tuna, and it's handled really, really well. So that's a little bit about the individual specs. Now, I guess what I'd say is, again, I've probably used these reels more than anyone else in the country. I've used them exclusively since they came out. They're just really versatile. They handle really, really well. They're made of quality components. I bash these things around like you wouldn't believe. I've dropped them in salt water. There was a video I did a little while ago fishing on a pool tube, which maybe wasn't the smartest idea in the world, but I dropped my reel in the salt water over and over again. I took it home, took it apart, rinsed it in some fresh water, no problems. It was good as new. There was a couple of videos where we were doing some salmon fishing, and you can see the reel was absolutely covered in sand. Again, I took it home, opened it up, gave it a light rinse under some fresh water, and no problem. So they're pretty bulletproof. They do handle really, really well. In terms of price point, they're $199, sold exclusively at BCF. You'll find from time to time, BCF has sales where they're selling them for $99. Now that's incredible quality. When you consider other reels on the market between that $99 and $199 mark, usually have pretty plasticky frames. They usually only have 2 or 3 ball bearings, not in the same build quality of these for the price point. So again, for bang for buck, these are a really terrific option. I hope this video has helped answer a lot of your questions about the stealth reels from Savage Gear. Again, I've used them exclusively now for a while and have found them to be really durable and really affordable, and would highly recommend that there's something that you have on your shopping list. Do let us know if you'd like us to do any other product reviews in the comments, and of course, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We've got a heap of local fishing content that's probably perfect for you. So hit that subscribe button, and thanks very much. We'll see you soon.